5 seconds.
To observe. Is it going?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The video's going.
Oh, okay. Ready? Do you want us to write on it? Okay, share possibly. Okay, one thing I really like is like these 3 boxes that you have going on here. I think that really adds like an element of design to it.
That's I like that too. I like the and I like that they're like contrasting but still aligned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because
And
it's like
I-
asymmetrical, but
I also
still
like
aligned.
these that you have like the bold
Oh yeah.
versus
I like
the
that too.
not.
So I'm trying to convey the message of like professionalism to an audience of to be graduates. Do you think it conveys that message?
Yes, I think it looks very professional.
Yeah.
Looks very put together.
It does.
Any other thoughts about the flow of it?
The only thing I can think of is I almost feel like this is like too.
Wait, that's the next section.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, it's okay.
I have no other thoughts.
I think
What other things
I like
do you
it.
like about it?
I like it because it kind of like it.
Yeah.
It has like kind of a curved shape
But
to
everything's
it.
aligned.
Yeah. Yeah, but everything's aligned, so you almost kind of like flow down the page, which is kind of nice. What else are we supposed to do? Add explanation.
I don't know, like I like the spacing.
Yeah, it's nice that the paragraphs are broken up so that like it's not like just like
Just a chunk of words.
yeah, like a text vomit or something, like how you can't like decipher anything. It's just like all there, and you're like, I don't even want to read this because it's way too much text at one time.
And the fonts are good too.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same font the whole way?
This is the same as this, and these are the same.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And that's the same one as the.
Oh. Analyze the message. Share ideas to connect the message with the audience. I don't know. I feel like you convey the message pretty well, especially because like you have competitive edge bolded.
And graduate.
Yeah. So I kind of feel like it communicates to the reader pretty well, and you have like competitive. You have like this part kind of like highlighted and big. So since it's a flyer, it'll be kind of seen from far away. So like they can. This is like a bigger font, so you can see it from far away, and people can be like, oh, like I don't know. Decide if like they want to come up and read it closer, and your body text is a little bit smaller.
I tried to make the title like with the gray behind it. Tried to make it so like that's where your eye looks first.
Yeah.
But do you think there's a better way to do that with this? Do you think that's too distracting, like too much take away from the white space at the top because of that?
I don't think so because you aligned the box with the top of the picture. I mean that picture is kind of light, so it kind of blends in.
Yeah,
Blends
that's
in with the
another thing I wanted to
background.
ask is if with the picture, if I should cut out that like side so it just looks, I don't know, because it's like surprising that there's a corner there because you don't know that the top of the picture.
Yeah, you might think about putting a border around the picture, and that's just if you just select the box and then you select a stroke.
I had it with stroke at first, and I don't know, it made it feel too boxy. I thought.
And like kind of too crowded up there.
Yeah. So what do you think of like design or eyes? When you see this, this logo versus the other ones, is it too boxy? I thought it brought the grayscale together nicely, but I wondered if it was too boxy.
I don't know, and this isn't like, it doesn't really have anything to do with your design at all, but I don't really like that logo because I think it's really hard to read. Like I can barely tell that it says bow on, and like you can see that it's at the bottom, but it's just like a really distracting. It kind of reminds me of Free Call.
I like the dots and everything.
Yeah. Critique the design. Okay.
So to improve the design. I don't know, like I I think if you like this logo, I think the logo is fine. I almost think that maybe if the logo was a little bit smaller, just because with this particular, with like all the different shapes, it's like you see the squares up here, and then you like
Oh, I see.
instantly your
Yeah.
eyes are kind of
So it's almost
drawn
distracting.
there. Yeah.
Okay.
One thing about the fonts, I like that the top one is an old style, but just be careful about using a serif font for your body text because serifs and old styles don't usually go super well together. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I thought that's what you said, but maybe not.
Okay.
But I really like I like the design and like the layout because I feel like it works really well as a flyer. And
The one thing I feel like this, like I like that you bolded it so that it stands out, but I almost think that it needs to like stand out a little bit more, because there's some people that aren't gonna, read this whole thing. It'll be like, oh, graduate leader conference, and then you're like, oh, where is it?
So maybe like putting like a box like here behind it just to make it stand out more.
Yeah,
Do you
that's a
think
good
that-
idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
Would that be
Yeah.
too much?
I don't think so. I don't, just because it's all aligned and
Would you think it would be good to have a box covering the whole thing, or like smaller boxes, like 3 different boxes behind
Oh.
each line?
You can do like 3 light boxes down the vertically, because then that kind of incorporates your 3 boxes here and here. What's next?
Okay, well, thank you
Oh, that's
for digging my design.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. I hope we weren't too harsh and that we were helpful.
Oh, it's helpful.
Okay, good. Good job, everybody. I'm so proud.